Alright, boys, I just finished my cut, so it's time to show you the results. Let me just get up here. Alright, let me just get this hoodie off real quick. Alright, how we looking? How we looking? Looking jack today, aren't we? Come on, let's give you a little pause real quick. Come on. Let's go.
O cholera, czy to Freddy Fazbear? Oh, 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 oh.
Salam boys, today we're going to be talking about cutting and some tactics that I use while I'm cutting, and just some general tips and tricks to just help you on your cutting journey or help you on your next cut. We're going to be talking about the spiritual side of it, the practical side of it, the mental side of it. First of all, let's get into what a cut even is. A cut is basically losing fat while trying to maintain the amount of muscle that you have right now. And try is a key word, because if you cut for a very, very long time, it's kind of inevitable that you're going to lose muscle. It's just a sad fact. The amount of muscle that you lose can largely be based on like your actions. So say if you don't train, you're obviously going to lose all your muscle. I don't know why you wouldn't train while you cut, but And same goes for if you're bulking. If you don't train while you're bulking, then you're just going to get fat. See, the reason why people cut is to, get lean, get shredded. You know what I'm saying? Just look a bit better. You would ideally like do it after like some time after a bulk, because obviously you've gained all that fat. You want to get rid of it. Or the way how you actually cut. Say the calories that you need to eat to stay the same weight. Let's say it's like 2,000 calories. And the way you would lose fat or lose weight is to eat below that. Say you eat around 1,800 calories. That's 200 calories below maintenance, and that's what's called a calorie deficit. And the same goes for if you're bulking. If you eat 2,200 calories, that's a calorie surplus, because you're going over the maintenance. Now, how people cut is, differs from like person to person. But personally, I like to track my calories. I like to know what I'm eating every single day. And we'll get to it later, but I usually eat the same thing every day. Oh yeah, by the way, the way you actually find your maintenance calories is by using a maintenance calorie calculator online. I think it's called like TDEE, something calculator. And basically you give your height and your weight, and it calculates it for you. Or just use MyFitnessPal, which I use. Basically just put your details in. It works out how many calories you need to eat to lose weight or to gain weight, or obviously stay the same weight. So my cut specifically is, I've started recently, maybe like 2 weeks ago, something like that. No significant changes yet, obviously, because I just started. I'm around 96, 97 kg right now, and I'm trying to get down to maybe like originally I was gonna go for like 85, but I think that's a bit too low, and I think around like 90 would be okay. I think staying at 90 would be alright. And just like one tip, like right off the bat, make sure you have a goal when you're cutting. Don't just say, "Oh, I want to get lean." Like that's not a goal. That's just something you want. Just set a goal, like set a weight limit, or set a weight that you want to hit. I wouldn't say like set a certain way you want to look, because that's like subjective. So yeah, just set a weight that you want to reach. For me, is like I said before, 90 kg. And as soon as I hit that, I'm gonna probably stop. Or if I think that I need to go a bit more, then I'm gonna take like a short maintenance period and then go back into cutting if I want. Just make sure you don't accidentally cut forever and just lose all your muscle, because that's kind of going against the whole point of a cut. Now, some obvious difficulties that you're gonna like encounter. I'm talking about like if it's like a Pokemon game, bro. Yeah.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
So yeah, some difficulties that you're obviously gonna encounter are, hunger, because obviously if you're not eating, if you're eating below maintenance, you're gonna like feel hungry. So that's pretty obvious. Another one is maybe feeling low on energy, because obviously that ties to your hunger as well. Actually, you know what? Only low on energy like at certain points in the day. I would say if you bulk, then you're low on energy throughout the whole day, except when training. Because I'm quitting, I actually have like high amounts of energy. I think I'm gonna talk about that later as well. Anyway, right, let's get into the first tip. The first actual tip that I have for you is keep yourself busy. This is probably the best like kind of tactic that you can use. Because if you think about it, while you're doing activities or while you're busy, your hunger drive actually kind of disappears for that period. So say I'm making this video right now. I'm not really hungry right now. I mean, maybe because I just ate, but I'm not really hungry right now making this. I'm probably not going to be hungry in the gym. I'm probably not going to be hungry until I'm not doing anything. People can go like the whole day, like being busy, 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 doing all this stuff, doing this, doing that, and they can just forget to eat, and they don't feel any hunger at all. And that's the power of staying busy. Obviously, when you're doing activities, it keeps your mind off of food. You're not thinking about what you're gonna eat, when you're gonna eat it, stuff like that. Now, obviously, there's gonna be some difficulties if you're just coming off a bulk like I am. Maybe you've just developed some habits. Maybe you've linked some activities to eating. Say you do homework and then you instantly went to eat while you were bulking. Obviously, if you do homework now, then you're gonna want to break that link that you have to eating, because obviously you don't want to start eating every time you do homework while you're cutting. It's a bit counterproductive. And just little, links like that, or little, like that conditioning that you kind of develop while you're bulking, can be a bit difficult to overcome while you're, cutting. Ideally, the tasks that you want to, keep yourself busy with, make them productive. Make them actually work for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe go read some Quran, something like that. Obviously, that's going into worship, and I'm going to talk about that later. Maybe go read some Quran, spend some time with family, that's productive. Obviously, get some work done, whatever you're doing. Maybe you're actually going to go to work or doing homework, like I said earlier. But make sure you actually, use the time well. Next kind of topic that I want to talk about is your eating slash, hunger. Because obviously, if you eat less, you're going to get more hungry. For me, I like to eat the same things every day. Literally, I'll tell you what I eat right now. I eat some breakfast in the morning, maybe some cereal, something like that. And then I go to the gym, and then I come back from the gym, and then I eat food after the gym, to just like replenish, and I eat whatever my mum makes after that. And then at night, I like to eat some, chicken, potatoes and cheese, and that's it. That's it for literally the whole day. I know exactly what I'm gonna eat. I know exactly when I'm going to eat it. Yeah, it makes tracking a lot simpler, because obviously you just like make some presets on your MyFitnessPal. Just like put the meals in, and then you're done for the whole day. You can even put the meals in before you actually start your day, to make it even simpler. Another thing you need to make sure of is make sure you get enough protein in, because obviously you got the battle of you losing weight and then you're trying to keep your muscle, and really having enough protein, which ideally is a gram per pound of body weight. Basically, eating enough protein, make sure you have the highest chance of keeping muscle, is what I'm trying to say, than compared to if you didn't eat enough protein. Another thing about meals is that make sure you time them for when you're most hungry. For me, I like to eat my meals at kind of like the latter part of the day. I don't really get hungry in the morning. And obviously I have the gym in the morning as well, so, I don't want to interfere with that in any way. So, as I've told you before, I eat after the gym and then I eat at night time. So, yeah, I just have a light breakfast, eat some cereal, that's it. And also use cardio as a tool, because chances are if you're cutting, you're going to do more cardio. Use cardio as a tool. So, what I mean by that is make sure, the kind of reduce in hunger effect, or the kind of hunger reducing effect of cardio, you use it in a smart way. Because say for example you get hungry during the morning, but if you do cardio in the morning, that's obviously going to reduce your hunger and make sure you keep your calories for the rest of the day when you actually need them. The kind of last thing about eating or hunger is make sure you get used to the feeling of hunger. It's gonna be very, very prominent throughout your cut. I wish you luck in that sense. You know what I'm saying? You're inevitably going to be hungry. That's just a part of cutting. Now, time for the the fun part. Training. Now, training is going to be your main tool in helping you keep the muscle that you already have. Because what it actually does is that, say you train your chest and you're cutting at the same time, so your chest is going to want to get smaller because you're losing weight. But it actually stimulates the muscle so that it stays the same weight. Because usually when you're bulking, you would stimulate the muscle and it would get bigger. But when you're cutting, that doesn't happen. You stimulate the muscle and it stays the same, well, ideally. Now, this links into your training split. So, doing the kind of bro split, chest back, chest on one day, back on this day, legs on that day, and doing them kind of once a week is not really ideal for when you're cutting. I mean, it's not really ideal in general, but, it's really not ideal when you're cutting, because you want to get that stimulus spread out throughout your week. Because say if you get, you're cutting, you're going to lose weight, you train your chest, and then, it stays the same weight. And then you train your chest again, stay the same weight. You're going to want to make that happen as often as possible for every single muscle group. Another thing about training is that it will get worse towards the end because, you got the diet fatigue and you got the training fatigue on top of it. And this is when it actually links into your deload, which is basically easier training or no training at all. But I actually recommend, doing the easier training, gets your technique better. While you actually deload, you want to keep in maintenance. So, back to the earlier example, if you eat at 2,000 calories for maintenance, make sure you're eating at that when you deload. Just to, it's fatigue management, isn't it? Just to reduce the fatigue that you built up. And then if you want to get back into cutting after that, then you can. Or if you want to maintain, it's your choice. Now, kind of final, side point is that fat is burnt during sleep. So, don't undersleep. And I'm saying this to myself more than anyone because I'm really tired right now and I didn't really sleep that much last night. So, I'll take that advice myself. All right, let's get into the final topic, which is worship. I've already kind of covered it a bit, earlier in the video. But yeah, you have the energy for doing all the kind of worship that you want to do. You can even fast. That might actually help you cut. I'm not sure though. And obviously with Ramadan coming up, that's I'm cutting through that as well, so that's obviously going to help me as well. But don't get too comfortable in saying, oh yeah, I'm fasting as well, I'm just going to like easily lose all my fat. Some people actually, most people actually gain weight during Ramadan, so don't be one of them people. Ramadan is about being grateful of, like, obviously first of all obeying Allah and obeying His command to make us fast, but it's also to appreciate having less food. And if you eat more food than you would usually, that kind of goes against the point of Ramadan. Well, one of the points. Now, compared to bulking, worship while cutting is infinitely better. You're more energized, you don't have the brain fog, and you're not as like bloated. The perfect time to seek knowledge, memorize things. Again, I'm saying this to myself more than anyone because I'm not really taking advantage of it as I should. But yeah, your energy is an all-time high, especially at the start of your cut, because you just come off of bulking as well. And yeah, that's all there really is to that topic of worship. I really want to end on a hadith that I just found. I'm going to explain it a bit after. I also have a Quran quote that I want to, convey. Well, I'll just make that the outro. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The son of Adam cannot fill a vessel worse than his stomach, as it is enough for him to take a few bites to straighten his back. If he cannot do it, then he may fill it with a third of his food, a third of his drink, and a third of his breath." And I was actually researching this, and eating too much or overeating actually leads to, shortness of breath. I mean, you probably experienced it before. Maybe you just ate a bit too much, and you kind of can't really breathe properly, and you just want to go to sleep. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Hopefully, inshallah, these tips help you if you want to cut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, inshallah, we all get shredded. Yeah, I don't know how to do outros, man. Take care, Sif.
كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم ولا تطغوا فيه فيحل عليكم غضبي ومن يحلل عليه غضبي فقد هوى وإني لغفار لمن تاب وآمن وعمل صالحا ثم اهتدى وما أعجلك عن قومك يا موسى قال هم أولئك على أثري وعجلت إليك رب لترضى قال فإنا قد فتنا قومك من بعدك وأضلهم السامري